Okay, well, just want to make a quick video. Some things that really bother me and from my fans, supporters. Sometimes my own family's fans, like brothers, sisters. It's okay. It's my own family. They're wondering where I work at. It's like at work, it's like I have people. They're very respectful and kind, but I just want to make sure that the managers, okay, aren't these Judas like, Paul. This is my brother Jason. My brother Jason does not work where I work at. There's a company called Messenet. Guys, I previously worked at another company called Metrigan. Not another enemy, not another friend, not another person, not another woman, not another man, not another problem, but it was another company called Metrican, and I just had a little, things going on. It was like actually some kind of skin reaction, and I accidentally somehow got myself hurt, with these things. I don't know what it was that got in my skin, and I had to actually cut my hair so short. I really did not want to. But that's what happened. I had no choice in a way, So I just want to make this quick video that my brothers, all right, like my Kennedy Kurdish brothers, Jesus and his brothers, they don't, or my father, they don't work, or my mother, or my sisters, they don't work where I work at. I'm the only person work where I work at this company called Messenet, and it's not Paul Walker, it's not the Judas either. It's not my family, and it's not the Judas either, I just want to make sure because I'm not responsible for anybody's getting harmed, getting involved in such, a very murderous people that, as I said, you obviously see this Paul Walker, okay? The William Greer, and do not get confused with the name because I made pages like how there's two sides of the sign, not only two sides of the sign, think unlimited, for anybody just like wondering, I made a lot of pages out there. I'm gonna put it on this description of this video, but you obviously see William Greer. It's and that's not Gary Way, that's my brother Akram, he's also part of Leonardo. Guys, William Greer was Paul Walker. You obviously see on what's happening that Paul Walker wants to be my brother Jason. That Jason himself would be actually part also Joseph, because my father, when something happens, they did something to our father. And so like brothers are like father, they're each other's best friend, childhood friends, brothers, and father. But we also have family, friends, other people. They're not the managers where I work at. They could be friends to their family or supporters. We don't mind it. But guys, these are killers. These are not the manager. Paul Walker, Quinn, and Adam. They're Judas. They're murderers. They come from a murderous family, and besides, they're really not men. I'm telling you, okay. But you obviously see here that this is Paul Walker, okay, William Greer, and Paul Walker, one of Paul Dali's son, that he wants to be my brother Jason John Kennedy. That is Leonardo DiCaprio, and things just, you can't, he's in reality he's not even a man. They want to be me and my it's funny. It's funny how I don't know how to explain all this, but I made a lot of videos and pages and and all that. So I just want to confirm that I don't work at place where there's Judas or like as I said, like these three Judas or something. I really don't, and I don't wish for people to get involved in such a murderous, where I had like actually the real police officer, not fake police officers, and as my brother Jason, John Kennedy, Joseph, Robert, Akram, Jason, Brad Pitt is my dad, Farman, and Leonardo is Akram and Jason, both Bobby and John Kennedy, and Ted Kennedy. So like police officers that's my real guards outside work, not at work. Like outside work, I'm always guarded on behalf of my family, and to guard me, to make sure nothing is gonna happen at work, or you know, me specifically. But there's a song about my brother Jason. It's called "Let It Go." It's like about Paul Walker being my brother Jason's reflection. He wants to be my brother, and it's not gonna happen because you obviously see this is what's happening here. That he's, you know, trying to be my brother Jason, John Kennedy, Leonardo DiCaprio. Paul Walker wants to be, and it's not happening. There are these three nurses that I was gonna show y'all. Let me show y'all something very important, and I'm not meaning show you. I'm not talking about that song from me, Justin Bieber. I'll show you. That's also to the Judas. And hold on, where is the page? It's really important, you know, for people not to get involved in such a thing. You obviously see, as you all see this double Azzadori. Remember not to get confused, the doll thing. And then I have Oz double Kennedy's sister, not double Azzadori. I have me and Vianney as twins, so not to get confused with that. I want to show you all something very, very actually important. Where is it? Actually, how my sister Vianney is also sometimes my brother Jason Leonardo DiCaprio. So her name is Lee. That's why I'm like sometimes referring my own sister as, you know, where is it? As my brother Jason, which is Leonardo DiCaprio. Obviously, see, this is me, Jacqueline Boiver, Justin Bieber, part Rosemary, and that's my sister Vianney, Lee, Carolyn, Lee. So sometimes I refer her as my brothers Jason Akram as Lee, Leonardo DiCaprio, you know. So that's just that. I just want to make sure that and something else I want to talk about. This is really important. It's really, 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 really important. Okay. I want to talk about these. Manny and Lo. So that's sometimes I refer her as my brother Jason John Kennedy. That is Leonardo DiCaprio because her name is Lo. Lee, Caroline Lee. So yeah. I'm not saying my brothers are transgender or anything. It's just us, the Kennedys, Koji Bush family, Jesus and his brothers and sister and parents. We do that with my brothers. You know, it's just us, the family, not just the haters. Well, they call us the haters, but what kind of haters? You know, it's funny. Like, we are the creators, okay? The creators. You know, the actual real Jesus Christ family, real Christian. But there are also fake Christian out there, or they're related somehow to Judas. They don't know, you know. But you obviously see, the Kennedy Jewish brother, Jesus and his brothers, on there. I want to show you all something that sometimes my own brothers, they kind of compete with each other, but not really it's just for fun, you know. There was another video on here. Maybe it was this video, obviously you can see it. Leonardo DiCaprio. Brad Pitt is my dad, Ferman. Okay. Joseph Kennedy. JR, not SR, sorry. Sometimes they are like SR. The father itself is just is in my family, not just in Judas, you know. But this is Jason, John Kennedy, Leonardo DiCaprio. This is Akram, Robert Kennedy, Gary Way. He's also part Leonardo DiCaprio because he was Romeo, alright. And this is Ted Kennedy Hassan. This is actually George Clooney, but Ferman also have a George name because sometimes he's like Jason's father, Leonardo DiCaprio's father. I know, right? Sometimes the brothers it's like that. You know, the older brothers are like the father to the younger brother, or you know, it's just the way it is. Sometimes it's like that in the family. So there's a video for everybody to watch. These are the Kennedy Jewish brothers. Brad Pitt is my dad, Ferman, but Joseph Kennedy Jr., but also Muhammad and Joseph Kennedy SR is also my father. So it doesn't matter who's my actual father. It doesn't really matter. A lot of people like ask questions sometimes, or not even at work, like outside work, and they wanted to know a lot more about my family and me. I don't mind making videos, explaining things. Sometimes it takes a little time for me to do all that, but sometimes I actually do mind it, because it's like, what kind of a question they asking me, and all that. But yeah, actually there's another page of my family. I made pages for Judas and everybody, actually, because people want to know the stories and all that to my family. So you obviously see this as the Kennedy brothers and the father. Where is it? I don't know. There's a lot of pages I created, for people to see. This another one. Let's see. Let's start off from here. Twisted Stories. This page, and Devil Does a Dory. We also have like us, double Kennedy sister, or like we have like double Kennedy brothers. That guys, that's not double Azaduri. Anybody can have doubles. There could be people have doubles. It doesn't mean anything. Sometimes I don't mean anything by this double word. It's just a word. It's just a word. Anybody could have that word. It's just the idea of two people. Anyways, yeah. So the Kennedy kids, and this is me and my sister Lee. Sometimes I refer her Vianney as my brother Jason, Leonardo DiCaprio, John Kennedy. And he's also sometimes a Robert Kennedy Akram, Gary Way, Gerger, remember from the band My Chemical Romance. And that's not the chemical I got. Something happened with that chemical. That's not, guys. The band that's my brothers. All right. So the three Kennedy sisters. So sometimes I do refer my sister Vianney and Helen. Or sometimes Helen as Vianney and Vianney as Helen. Sometimes, the sister as my brothers. My brothers are not transgenders or anything. It's just that I can use the very same songs and all that to my own brothers too. They're actually men. But, it's just the idea. We love each other as brothers, sisters, and parents. So that's the way it is. Yeah, so these are pages I made for Paul Dolly's family, guys. They don't work where I work at, They just make a scene for Paul and Kurt and Adam. I noticed that. And I can guarantee you, the people they playing a role as these, the workers, they get, I can see their faces, they're not so happy about it. And I feel bad, but I'm not asking these people to make a scene for these Judas. Specifically Paul and Kurt and Adam, these are murderers. They did a lot of things to my family, and I feel kind of, but I'm not asking anybody to make these scenes, because none of my brother are the manager at this company called Messinat, so it's not my brothers, it's not my sisters, it's not my parents, so I'm not responsible for that. I just want to confirm to the whoever's playing role as Paul Walker and Kurt and Adam, I'm not responsible for that. All right, and that whoever's asking you to do that, it's not my family. Okay. And this is Saddam Hussein family. I don't know. Sometimes they say Hitler, the Nazi, was actually Saddam Hussein, which would be Oliver Stone. I don't know, because I tell you what, it's not my father. Okay, it's not Joseph. It's not Joseph SR. That's Jesus' father. It's not. All right, we're German. We're from Germany, but we're not the Nazi Germany. There's different, as you obviously see in that song from my brother Jason, where Akram, it's the Perry face. Guys, there's so many people with a Perry name, so don't get confused. It's talking about our stepmom, Amina, but I'm not using that for the manager. There's just so many copies of Amina, Princess Diana, or what should we call it, Janet Norton Boiver or whatever. So it's that song is about Paul Dolly's family, what they did, the Judas family, what they did to my family, the Jesus Christ family, brother, sister, and real parents. And you obviously see what they did to my father. I'm gonna have to show you all something very important. And so And this like twisted stories, you obviously see this recent post. It's explaining the song from my brother Jason. James Bay is my brother Jason. It's called Let It Go. It's actually talking about how they hold on to my family's soul, spirit. You know, like like they stole our soul and spirits, and they give us like their disturbing stuff on us. You know, and we don't want it. We don't. It's like putting two hands together. They don't fit. You know, that's what the song is about. It's called Let It Be. Let It Go. And that's why I made the song is actually from my brother Akram, Girgird Way, and that's part Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert Kennedy. That's Akram. It's called. It's from the band My Chemical Romance. It's called The Black Parade. In that song, you obviously see what they did to our father, Joseph Kennedy SR, the father of Jesus. That's these three nurse guys. It's resembling the three Nirvana bands, Paul, Kurt, and Adam. They're nurses that are actually resembling. They are also coming from the Nazi German. They're not us, the German, the Kennedy Jewish family, the Germany from Austria, Vienna. We're not the Nazi German, okay? But we're the real Jesus Christ family. All right. So the hater does not necessarily mean a creator, okay? That does not mean necessarily is the actual God. That will be my father, Joseph SR, you know. It's just passed on to the family. So sometimes hater does not necessarily mean he's a creator. No. All right. So anyways, you obviously see these three nurses as Paul, Kurt, and Adam. What they did to my father, and that's their father. That's not my father. This is their father, Paul Dolly. Okay, and they call us dolls. That's fine. We are white. We are what we are today, guys. Okay. But we still remain the Jesus Christ family. They remain Judas. All right. So yeah, in this song, you obviously see this will explain that song. Okay, that song is called "Let It Go." Like they steal our soul, our spirit. Okay, and they give us this demonic. They call us demon. That's fine. We are what we are today, guys. Something happened. Okay, but we're still Jesus Christ family. All right. Like as I said, what kind of a demon? Okay. But we're still the Jesus Christ family, the Kennedy Jewish family, you know. They stole our spirits and soul. They took it and they give us those negative spirits, soul, demonic things that we don't want. It's like putting two hands together, it just don't fit. You obviously see the song from My Chemical Romance, it's my brother's. It's explaining the song on what is it about. So I actually made a photo session to match that song, Let It Go. So that could be my father, my brothers, my sister, me, myself, you know, that what they're doing to us. They're stealing our spirit and soul, and they give us this, you know, their negative spirit, soul putting on my family, and we don't want that. My brother, sister, real parents, the Jesus Christ family, the Kennedy Jewish family. So that's what the song is about. It's called Let It Go. Is by my brother Jason John Kennedy, that's Leonardo DiCaprio. All right, so that's what the song is about. You obviously see where the brother's hand. I could actually, yeah, this is my father, Joseph SR. That's the father. What happened? What they did to Joseph SR. All right, the father of Jesus, which is Jesus is Akram. Okay, all right. So don't get confused. All right. So this is Akram this is Akram, all right, from this is Robert Kennedy, Akram, Girgird Way from My Chemical Romance. He is Romeo because sometimes Leonardo is Akram because Jason and Akram were like sometimes Joseph and John, you know, it's the Kennedy Jewish brothers, Jesus and his brother, so it's okay. Sometimes they have a double. They are their own doubles. They're not their own reflections. You know, Judas will be our own reflection. All right. So anyways, this is my brother Akram. Sometimes he's Jason, you know, Leonardo. But you obviously see this is it's about what's happening to us, you know. So I made a photo session. This is our stepmom, Emine. Sometimes they I have to explain something funny what's happening to work, but they're like the manager. Okay, well, let me show you something very important. The manager at work, his name is Jesse Wood, guys. That's not my brother, John Kennedy Jason. Remember in Dolly Dearest, my brother Jason has name Jimmy Wadey, remember? And I was Jesse Wadey. I was just like making sure that these people do not get confused. They're not me, because that movie is in 1991. Anybody can have a Jesse name, a woman, man, whatever, anybody can have that name. But the manager, or any of the manager, at work, they're not my father or brothers, I don't mind, like, sometimes workers make a scene for my brothers. I'm like, that's, I don't mind it, but what I'm worried about is, like, people just, this whole Judah thing. All right. But yeah, the manager, Jesse Wood, his name, he said, they call him Jada. Guys, a lot of people, that recent magazines that about people like in Hollywood, because I've always watched 24 Hours, they call him Jonah Hill, because he is actually related to Nazi Germany, the Judas. Now, I'm not calling him the Paul Walker, Corey, and Adam. I'm not calling him Sean Stone. I'm not calling him Scooter or anything like that. But somehow, people that they're making all these magazines, okay, about my family and people that are not my family, they know, like, each person at work, how much of a Christian they are, how much of a fake Christian they are or not. I will just say fake Christian, how much of a Judas, they know. Like, they could be part German, but they're not like German, like my family. That sometimes people call them haters, but that does not mean they're creators. Like, what kind of a hater? Could be like, a hater does not necessarily mean somebody made you. No, sometimes haters could be fake. All right, but I'm just making sure I'm not asking any of the manager to make a scene for these three. What is it? The three nurses. Which is this Nirvana band, Paul, Corey, and Adam. People will be at their own risk. Because he calls us, sometimes Paul calls us people, like my family and brother, sister, so it doesn't matter, but that could be for anybody, Let me show you something very important. Guys, I made this page so there is no misunderstanding, like, people can come up with a story, or people could be at their own risk, so that way that they know what's going on, that this is not my brother. This is not my brother Jason, Jonah Hill, and that is not Jonathan Hollick either. Sometimes when I was still with Jonathan, when I was in Texas, Jonathan does not live where I live or work where I work at. They also refer, he's just an actor, Jonah Hill, in Hollywood. They also refer Jonah Hill as my ex-fiance Jonathan, and Jonathan was not no Kennedy brothers or Jesus or his brothers. He was just an ex. So now they were like, well, she is just an actor now. I work at this company called Mastinat. So now, well, the manager is not the Kennedy brothers, Jesus and his brothers, because they're the actual Christians. So they have to, make a scene for the manager. They're not in Hollywood. They don't have any bands, but they refer him as Jewel Maiden, Jonah Hill. The recent magazine that I got, stuff I watch sometimes on, news, not necessarily sometimes. I don't really take time to see on what's going on, things like that. Sometimes I buy magazines, see what people say, what my family doesn't work there, and what I'm doing by myself, things like that. But workers sometimes can make a scene, but not the manager. It's really important to me. Everybody be themselves, because Paul is like, Judas are not being themselves. These are not the actual three Judas. They could be very far distance relative, which is they are German Nazis, but they don't have to be. They have choices to be whatever they want to be. I'm just saying, guys. I'm not starting any drama or anything at work. I just made this page like saying, hey guys, well, this is what people are saying. They're calling him the new Janet Norton, which is our stepmom. That's a copy of Paul Walker. Not a copy of my brother. No, not, excuse me, I take that back. That's not a copy of Paul Walker. You know how, like, everywhere I go, they're like, he's not Princess Diana. He's not the actual mom. There is just an idea that he is acting like a stepmom. Does that make sense? Like Janet, Norton. It's just an idea. That's why they call him Jonah Hill. That's the idea where they come from, how much, what kind of a, like, people they are, their bloodlines, their family trees, not my family tree, not my bloodline, you know. So I made this page. All right. So for people at work to kind of know what, you know, if people are wondering, am I gonna have a relationship with any manager or anybody or any work? I'm like, no.